Deutsche Telekom lover versus
Me? Okay, let's do this. I got a message from a Deutsche Telekom lover. Let's not call him that. Let's say he doesn't want to give his name, so we're going to call him DT Advocate. DT Advocate sent me a long list of counterpoints against my previous video where he explains I have got it all wrong and Deutsche Telekom is really a wonderful company. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little debate. We're going to have a debate and we're going to see who's right and who's wrong. So let's begin. Deutsche Telekom lover, DT lover, huh? DT Advocate. DT Advocate says, you said that Deutsche Telekom has broke the law in every country that they do business in. Basically every country around the world. And, okay, so, yeah, that's what he says. No, that's what I said, basically. Actually, what I said was that in news reports that I read and in court reports for years and in many countries, seems like every country, Deutsche Telekom is constantly being charged with all kinds of cyber espionage, from hacking to spying, working with foreign spies, working against their customers, their employees, journalists. I mean, the stories are, there's so many and they're so bad. But let's be factual, or let's try to be as correct as possible. For this point that DT Advocate makes, I want to say you win. Because I cannot prove that Deutsche Telekom has broken the law in every country of the world. For instance, let me give you an example. Somalia. Okay? As far as I know, Deutsche Telekom has not broken the law in Somalia. But, as far as I know, Deutsche Telekom does not do business in Somalia. Now, Deutsche Telekom also operates under the name of T-Mobile and T-Systems. And to my knowledge, Deutsche Telekom, DT, and none of their subsidiaries do business in Somalia. But like I said, I cannot supply the facts on this one. All I was going by is all the news and court reports talking about all the bad things Deutsche Telekom has done. I might have overstated it a little bit when I said every country in the world, if I said that or implied that. So this point goes to DT Advocate. He wins on this point. Let's go to the next point. DT Advocate says that my video sort of criminalized Deutsche Telekom for the deeds of their subsidiaries and the actions of just a few employees. I would like to say, no. On this point, you lose, because in civilized nations around the world, parent companies are not allowed to shift the blame onto subsidiaries or even onto a select group of employees. If they were allowed to do that, that would give them immunity to the law. Now, in my video, the examples I gave always included subsidiaries under the direct control of DT and crimes that were committed after having been conceived and organized by upper management, a consensus of upper management, not just one or two guys. These were company decisions. Company decisions that, according to the news reports that I read, company decisions to break the law. So you lose on this one. Okay? Deutsche Telekom is responsible for the things that they have done. DT Advocate says that in my video, I discuss how T-Mobile has accused Huawei of developing a complex business relationship in order to get spies into the T-Mobile facility so those spies could grab some technology and other things. And in the video, it seems that I said, DT challenging Huawei, T-Mobile challenging Huawei in this way is a risk. It puts Huawei's reputation in jeopardy. So I guess I implied that T-Mobile, aka Deutsche Telekom, is putting Huawei's reputation at risk because they are saying a bunch of horrible things about Huawei. DT Lover says that such cases are normal and that under the rule of law, we should wait and see what the court decides. Okay, on this point, I want to say that, well, we have some difference of opinion, but I'm going to give you this point because I didn't mean to imply that when DT points their finger at Huawei and says, you are evil, you're malicious, all the bad things they said, T-Mobile said in the court case, I don't really mean that that's how T-Mobile and Deutsche Telekom are hurting Huawei's reputation by saying these horrible things in court. What I meant to say, I hope this is what I said, but I'm not so sure. What I really want to say is that Deutsche Telekom and T-Mobile, T-Systems, and so on, they are a threat to Huawei's reputation because of association. When Deutsche Telekom is accused of so many bad things, and then they do business with somebody else, some people might believe that, birds of a feather flock together. If one is bad, the other one is probably bad too. So by association, I'm afraid that Huawei's reputation could be harmed. Well, let's think of it like this. Huawei, they like to think of themselves as a wolf. They say we have this wolf culture. Okay? So imagine Huawei is a wolf. And the wolf is, it's dangerous, yeah, but it's noble. It's noble and it's dignified and it's beautiful. It's loyal and it has some good, strong characteristics. We can respect the wolf. Okay? So now imagine that the wolf is no longer alone. The wolf is hanging around with a dog. And this dog is not an ordinary dog. This is a bad dog. Okay? And this bad dog, it has all kinds of bad behaviors, and it is dirty, and it has fleas, and it is diseased. Okay? So if the dog and the wolf get very close to each other, if they start hanging around, you might think that the filth, the taint on this dog might begin to rub off on the wolf. And next thing you know, maybe the fleas that are crawling all over this dog might get up on that wolf. And the disease, the wolf could become infected by the dog's disease. And who wants to see that? I don't want to see that. So this is what I was talking about when I said that I'm afraid that Huawei's good reputation could be lost. And the people, potential customers and governments and so on, partners around the world, could look at Huawei a little differently after they start hanging around with a dirty, mangy, flea-infested, bad dog, So that's all I got for now. I don't want to cover the whole list because I feel like after talking about DT, I need to take a shower, really. So this time, DT Advocate, yeah, you got 2 out of 3. So for the first round, you win. I will finish the list. In my next video, we'll have another competition, another debate, and hopefully my arguments will be stronger, and I can win. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you watch that next video. It'll prove the case. Thank you.
Around the world, a million isolated voices talking about Huawei. Join the global conversation. Your way.